The Elmwood apartments were notorious for two things: cheap rent and the jittery elevator. Sarah, a recent film student, didn't mind the first. The second, however, sent shivers down her spine every time the rusty cage lurched to a halt. Tonight, the jitters felt different. A cold dread settled in her stomach as she stepped inside. The usual dim bulb flickered, casting long, skeletal shadows across the tarnished metal walls. Sarah pressed the button for her floor, but instead of the familiar whirring, an unsettling silence descended. The elevator remained stubbornly still. Panic clawed at her throat. She jabbed the button repeatedly, her breath coming in ragged gasps. Suddenly, a single, mournful chime echoed through the metal box. The floor indicator flickered to life, not at her floor, but at 13, floor 13, which according to the jaded building manager, didn't exist. A cold sweat prickled Sarah's skin. The doors hissed open, revealing an inky blackness. No hallway light cut through the void. "Hello?" Sarah's voice trembled. Only silence answered. Against her better judgment, she tugged at her collar, the air turning noticeably colder. A faint scratching sound came from the darkness, like nails scraping metal. Her heart hammered against her ribs. Then, a whisper. A child's voice, barely audible, whimpering, "Help me." Terror propelled Sarah back. She slammed the button for her floor, but the elevator remained stubbornly on 13. The scratching grew louder, accompanied by muffled sobs. Tears welled in Sarah's eyes. She fumbled for her phone, the screen illuminating the hallway's entrance. For a horrifying moment, a single pale hand stretched out from the darkness, clawed fingers reaching desperately towards her. The phone slipped from her grasp, clattering to the floor. A blood-curdling scream ripped from her throat as the elevator lurched upwards. The indicator flickered through non-existent floors. 14, 15. The numbers climbing higher with each agonizing jerk. The air grew thick, a metallic tang stinging her nostrils. The elevator screeched to a halt. The doors slid open to a crimson-lit corridor. The smell of iron was overpowering. In the center, a lone figure stood with its back to Sarah, a small, frail girl in a tattered dress, her long, dark hair matted with blood. Her sobs echoed in the confined space. "Who are you?" Sarah choked out, a sliver of bravery flickering in her terror. The girl turned slowly, revealing a face devoid of eyes, only hollow sockets where they should be. A smile, wide and grotesque, split her blood-stained face. "Lost," she rasped, her voice a chilling chorus of whispers. "Just like you'll be," Sarah screamed, scrambling back. Into the elevator, the doors slammed shut, but not before the girl lunged, a spectral hand reaching through the narrowing gap, her touch like ice. The elevator hurtled downwards, the floor indicator flashing nonsensical numbers. Suddenly, a jolt, silence. The floor indicator settled on her floor. Sarah didn't dare move. Slowly, the doors creaked open. Light spilled in from the hallway. With trembling hands, she stumbled out, leaving the darkness and the chilling echo of the child's sobs behind. Sarah never spoke of what happened that night, but the memory of the elevator ride, the spectral child, and the chilling touch haunted her forever. The Elmwood apartments remained a monument to cheap rent and the price of curiosity in the face of terror. The elevator, however, remained eerily silent. It wouldn't open again. Some say it still climbs to the non-existent floors, forever trapped with the lost girl on the crimson-lit corridor.
Please subscribe for more.